guys are getting all the levels over here. We're gonna have artificial turf next to the swimming pool right here with the orange lines. More or less, it's not exactly, but we're gonna have the sidewalk for the pool deck, and then all this is gonna be landscaped and somehow. So here we're gonna have, the guys are gonna need to do a trench for the plumbing. So where we have all the plumbing, we're gonna have to do a trench going all the way straight, because our pool equipment is gonna be sitting somewhere over here. My assumption is they haven't done it so they can still have some access. And over here they already flattened this area a little bit to where we're gonna have a sidewalk and retaining walls to the left. After 2 days after we pour this concrete, we have the electrical conduit for our LED strip lights. They're gonna go in this notch that we did for the light. You can see I had a little cutout of the housing where the light's gonna go below this white housing. So all you're gonna see is that white housing going across. We had heavy rains last night, so everything is pretty messy. The guys were over here today, so you can see where they were walking around. Here is our drain, which I like to use that pour lid, so that way that still functions as our drain, but you don't see it too invasive with a big crate. Again, it's pretty messy right now from all the rain. We have a lot of mud from the guys walking over here, and you can see here where the water goes in between the curves, how everything is dry over there, but everything is super wet this way. So you can see how much rain we had. So the plan over here is for us to continue with pavers towards the street, and what we're doing right now is we're bringing fill from another location that we need to take out. So we have plenty of fill that we're going to use in the backyard to try to flatten it out. The homeowner, he had some changes for the backyard. Next to the swimming pool, we were going to do just a seating area with concrete. So right now what I did was put in the LED housing. This is not the housing, it's a cover. It's flexible. I can see where it's lift up. We gotta just make sure that it's straight and smooth, but that's how it's gonna be at the end result that you're gonna see from up here. So it's really simple. We're gonna have a straight line of LED just shining on these garage doors. I think it's gonna look pretty cool, especially because these are glass garage doors, so the effect that we're gonna create is gonna look pretty sleek. And of course we have the same over here on that one, from there to there. So I really think it's gonna look sick and nice and modern. I'm gonna be shooting this from inside here because it's pretty windy. But Mark is gonna start working on the coping for the spa. So unfortunately for that, we're gonna have to use 2 pieces because of the bull nose and the width of the spa. So he got more coping pieces right there. I'm gonna come back later on today, or maybe tomorrow morning I'll be back over here to take a shot. But once he's done with the coping over there, he's gonna grout this tile and the one around, and then he's gonna start working on the stepping stones that we're gonna do. Yeah, this coping looks really good.
Yeah, it came out nice, right?
Yeah, the combination of the colors with the tile.
I still gotta come back and doing 45s is a pain in the ass, so I guess when I gotta come back and make this joint a little even, this one right here, even this joint out.
What do you mean making this joint
well,
more
like,
even?
you know how you see how it's not like fucking perfect, like.
Oh, like it goes.
Yeah, because they're all cuts. They're like, I cut them with this grinder, right? So this one needs to get a fucking, you know,
yeah,
cut hair is what we call the measurement. layman's terms. But yeah, they just need some small joints adjusted and.
Actually, I think you can use one of these pieces for instead of the 8x8s that I was gonna bring, but not these pieces, but like from those over there.
Yeah, cut them down and make them a
Just like a
diamond, basically.
Oh, but you have the bull nose on those.
Yeah, but like if we get one of those full pieces, we can cut the bull nose off and still have a square that's 12 by 11 inches. So we could make I could technically make one still.
What are you gonna use those two for over there?
Yeah, those are my last two pieces
Okay.
that go right there. So we still have all the weight on there.
Time for an update here. So the guys already did the majority of the excavation work and groundwork and everything. So here is where we're gonna have a raised seating area. Then we're gonna have a retaining wall going from here to that corner to prevent any erosion to coming down this way, but just not gonna be just a retaining wall. We're gonna make it a planter box. So the retaining wall is gonna go up to the corner, go this way, but behind it we're gonna put some soil. And over here where there is lower ground, we're gonna actually turn it at a 90 degree, so that way we can hold all the soil, all the fill, and we can have shrubs. The goal for our walls over here is that we can have a wall about I want to say like maybe 4.5 feet tall, with large greenery, evergreens, any type of like dense shrubs, to create a screen from the back, so they can have like a little hidden corner over here. Right here where I'm standing, all this is gonna be concrete from this corner up to somewhere over here, and then it's gonna turn this way. So for drainage, what we're doing is, this is a French drainage that is coming from the front of the house all the way this way. So what we're gonna do, this is a low spot that holds a lot of moisture, and since we're doing concrete over here, the last thing that we want to do is to hold up more moisture over here. So we're gonna put 2 drainage crates over there closer to the windows, and then run a pipe, and here we're gonna put a big drainage crate where we're gonna have that pipe coming in, the French drain coming in, and then the outlet is gonna be this 6-inch pipe, which is not this one, but it's that one. We have a section over here, and we have a T over here because we want to send the gutter rain, I mean the water from the gutters and from the rain into it. So these gutters actually are going to go down into the concrete and into this drain pipe. So this pipe runs all the way. That's what the guys are doing right now. The terrain was going up and down a little bit, so they're getting rid of the hump, so it's just running more and more smooth down the hill. On where he's working at. So we're gonna have our seating area over here, right here where I'm standing. So here is gonna be an accent wall where we're gonna have water shears into the swimming pool, and we're also gonna have a fireplace or a fire pit on top of that. It's gonna be a fire strip, so that way if you're in the water where I'm standing right now, you can enjoy the sound of the water but also the fire. But if you are on the other side as well, you can be sitting over here relaxing and have the fire on, have the wire on, I mean the water on. Okay, so a quick recap over here. I'm gonna step back so we can see the whole picture. The guys already excavate all these area. And here it's gonna be our sidewalk from the driveway to the swimming pool area. And right about here there is a green dotted line from here to the pool. This area over here is gonna be artificial turf. One thing that I was talking to the homeowners is I was not anticipating that this wall was gonna be cut all the way over here. We were gonna finish these walls I think somewhere over here where the terrain is lower, where you can see this deep over here. So my fear now is we have this hill and now we have this deep right where the pipe, the roll of pipe is. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna backfill all that area when we build the wall over here. So we're gonna continue, we're gonna extend the wall, and right here where we have these two green marks, that one and that one, we're gonna excavate that way, and we're gonna do steps to the upper level. So for whoever is hanging out over here in this area, and if they want to do something over there on the back, they can just go up the stairs that we're gonna build that way. And then the pool equipment is gonna be here. So really simple, our wall, the retaining wall that we're gonna do is gonna go up to the corner and then come back and then come back and then go back a little bit, so the pool equipment is enclosed in this area over here. That way nobody sees it, they don't hear the noise of the pumps. It's fairly close to the swimming pool. This is what I understood the builder left as a sub panel for the pool equipment right here. So what the guys are gonna need to do, my electrician, he's gonna have to run a pipe down and dig a trench. So what these guys are doing right now is they're gonna leave this temporary like that, but we're gonna put a conduit already in there in the trench, so that way we can backfill all of this. And you can see it comes out through here. So we're gonna put a 90 going that way, so when the electrician comes over here, we can have already the pipe in there. Our gas to the pool equipment goes through here, and we have to run it that way. And this is where the guys are burying it. You can see it's pretty deep. So when you do a gas line, you have to have a minimal depth. You have to have this wire. This wire is gonna be loose at each end of the pipe, so that way whenever somebody wants to locate the gas pipe, they can just use an electric locator and see exactly where the pipe goes. Technically this has to be taped to the pipe, so it's right there, but it's not a big deal, it's just a few inches off. And then they're gonna backfill about halfway the trench, and we're gonna put a tape, like a foil tape that it says caution, gas line is right here. So the reason why is, of course, if somebody decides to do some work and they're not calling anybody to locate the gas, at least they're gonna come across this before they hit the gas pipe. So we're working at this house over here, and the neighbors are building a house, so they asked us real quick if we can give them a hand by clearing all the underbrush that they have, I guess, to where they're gonna set the house. So we know the builder. ¿Qué hubo, Benjamín? Buenos días. ¿Ya llegó aquel? ¿Ya llegó aquel?
Hombre, los árboles los tumbé de volada.
Sí, pues le digo que se iban a ir fácil.
La máquina nosotros.
No, pues ahí llegó aquel, ya que se la lleve para allá.
Pero todavía más ahí,
So what the guys are doing is, you're not gonna be able to see it right now, but there were 2 oak trees right here. So the house is basically gonna sit right here. So they're gonna fill all this area over here on this side. We got some sand. Since all this area, all this terrain is pretty rockery, what we're gonna be doing is this, where we have our plumbing pipes, all the pipes are gonna go in that trench. We're gonna put some sand under first, and then we're gonna backfill with a lot of sand, so that way the pipes are not getting squeezed and compacted by the soil that it has a bunch of these rocks.